Good morning, seniors. Let's be honest with each other. As the years go by, there are mornings when you wake up and something just feels off. You stand up, and your legs feel a little heavier. You walk to the kitchen, and you notice that your hands are cooler than they used to be. Maybe when you head out for your morning walk, your pace is just a touch slower, and you're not entirely sure why. For some of you, it's the energy that's missing. You used to start the day with a full tank, ready to take on the world. Now, by mid-morning, you're already looking for a chair to sit in. And for others, it's something a little more private, something you might not even talk to your doctor about. A change in how your body responds when it matters most. Most men chalk these things up to just getting older. But after more than 2 decades as a physician working almost exclusively with men over 60, I can tell you, that's not always the truth. Aging plays a role, sure, but in many cases the real culprit is something far more fixable, and it's hiding in plain sight. It's your breakfast. Yes, the very first thing you put in your body each morning can either set you up for a day of strong circulation, steady energy, and confidence, or it can quietly drain you before the day has even begun. My name is Dr. Martin Jones, and I've spent my career helping men protect their heart health, restore their stamina, and, just as importantly, keep their confidence intact. I've seen men who thought their best years were behind them get a second wind, not because of a miracle drug or an expensive supplement, but because they made small, smart changes to the food they eat in the first hour after they wake up. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 simple breakfast foods that can change the way you feel and fast. We're talking about foods backed by science, tested in clinical research, and proven in real men's lives. One of them might already be in your kitchen. Some men start feeling the benefits in under a week, so stick with me. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly what to put on your plate tomorrow morning to feel stronger, warmer, and more like yourself again. Food number 1, beets, the circulation supercharger. Let's start with one of nature's most powerful circulation boosters, beets. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Beets? For breakfast? It might sound unusual, but hear me out. Beets are loaded with dietary nitrates, and your body uses those nitrates to make nitric oxide, a compound that helps your blood vessels relax and widen. When blood vessels are open and flexible, it's easier for oxygen and nutrients to get to every part of your body, your muscles, your brain, and yes, your more private regions. Here's the problem. After the age of 60, nitric oxide production naturally drops. That means your circulation suffers, and the signs are subtle at first. Heavier legs, cooler hands and feet, slower recovery after exercise, and reduced stamina during physical activity. Beets can help reverse that. A study in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that older adults who drank beetroot juice improved blood flow to their muscles by up to 45% during activity. That's like upgrading your body's plumbing system in a matter of days. Let me tell you about Robert, a 66-year-old patient of mine. When he first came in, he told me, "Doc, I just don't feel like me anymore. My walks are shorter, my legs feel heavy, and even when I sit, my feet are cold." We didn't start with medication. We started with his breakfast. I had him blend half a cup of cooked beets into his morning smoothie and drink a small glass of pure beet juice twice a week. 2 weeks later, he walked back into my office smiling. "Doc," he said, "I feel lighter. My feet aren't freezing all the time, and I have more morning energy, if you know what I mean." Yes, Robert. I knew exactly what he meant. How to use it. Blend cooked or roasted beets into a smoothie with berries. Drink 4 to 6 ounces of pure beetroot juice in the morning. Eat them early in the day. Nitric oxide levels peak 2 to 3 hours after eating. Food number 2, oatmeal with cinnamon, the artery protector. If beets are your circulation accelerator, oatmeal is your artery maintenance crew. Old-fashioned or steel-cut oats are packed with beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that acts like a broom for your arteries, sweeping out excess cholesterol before it can stick to your artery walls. When your arteries stay smooth and clear, blood can move more freely, without the resistance that comes from plaque buildup. And then there's cinnamon, not just for flavor. Cinnamon has been shown to improve blood sugar control. High blood sugar over time damages your blood vessels, making them stiff and less responsive. Keeping blood sugar stable means keeping those vessels healthy. A clinical trial published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that cinnamon improved blood vessel function and reduced inflammation markers in adults with elevated blood sugar. And Harvard researchers have shown that diets high in soluble fiber, like oatmeal, can cut heart disease risk by up to 30%. Mark, one of my patients, is a perfect example. At 62, he had borderline cholesterol and said his hands were always cold in the morning. He also had a habit of starting the day with sugary cereal. We swapped that for oatmeal topped with berries and a teaspoon of cinnamon. 6 weeks later, his cholesterol dropped, his hands felt warmer, and he told me, "I'm walking further without getting tired, and my wife says I seem more awake in the mornings." How to use it? Cook 1/2 to 1 cup oats in water or low-fat milk. Add 1/2 to 1 teaspoon cinnamon while cooking. Top with fruit for extra antioxidant power. Kiwi works especially well. We'll get to that later. Food number 3. Walnuts, the endothelial engine. Walnuts are one of the simplest, yet most powerful tools for circulation I've ever recommended. They're rich in ALA, omega-3 fatty acids, and arginine, both of which nourish your endothelium, the thin layer of cells lining your blood vessels. When your endothelium is healthy, it releases nitric oxide efficiently, keeping your blood vessels flexible and your circulation strong. In a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who ate 2 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks saw a 64% improvement in blood vessel flexibility. That's the kind of change you can feel. Take Tom, 65, a retired truck driver. He told me that after sitting for long periods, his legs felt numb and heavy. I had him replace his mid-morning muffin with a handful of walnuts. A month later, he said, "Doc, I can walk for 20 minutes without that dead leg feeling. I've even started playing 9 holes of golf again." How to use it? Eat 7 to 10 walnut halves each morning. Sprinkle them on oatmeal or yogurt. Pair with a piece of fruit for better nutrient absorption. Food number 4. Green tea, the artery rejuvenator. Let's talk about a morning drink that's been a health staple in parts of Asia for centuries: green tea. Now, I know many of you start your day with coffee, and I'm not here to tell you to give it up completely. But there's something green tea offers that coffee simply doesn't: catechins. These are plant compounds that protect your blood vessels in 2 important ways. 1. They shield nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly, allowing it to keep your blood vessels relaxed for longer. 2. They reduce oxidative stress, which is like rust forming inside your arteries. Here's why that matters. When your nitric oxide lasts longer, you get better circulation not just for an hour or 2, but throughout the day. That means warmer hands and feet, better stamina, and sharper mental focus. A large Japanese study tracked over 40,000 adults for 11 years. Men who drank 3 to 4 cups of green tea a day had a 32% lower risk of dying from cardiovascular disease compared to those who rarely drank it. And in a circulation study, participants who drank green tea twice a day saw measurable improvement in their blood vessel flexibility in just 2 weeks. One of my patients, Peter, 61, had been a 3 cups of coffee before noon guy for decades. He told me his afternoons were a disaster. He'd crash around 2 p.m., feel foggy, and often grab something sugary to wake up. I suggested he keep his first cup of coffee but swap the second for fresh brewed green tea. 3 weeks later, Peter came back with a grin. "Doc," he said, "I'm not hitting the wall anymore. My head feels clear, I'm not reaching for cookies, and even my wife says I'm less irritable in the afternoons." That's the power of sustained blood flow. Your brain gets the oxygen it needs, and you feel sharper and calmer. How to use it? Brew loose leaf or high-quality tea bags for 3 to 4 minutes. The fresher the tea, the higher the catechin content. Drink 1 to 2 cups in the morning alongside breakfast. Avoid bottled green tea drinks. Most are loaded with sugar and have minimal antioxidants. Don't add milk. Proteins in dairy can bind to catechins and reduce their absorption. If you want extra flavor, add a slice of lemon. The vitamin C can actually help your body absorb more catechins. Food number 5, kiwi, the vitamin C powerhouse. Finally, let's talk about a fruit most people overlook in favor of apples, oranges, or bananas. The kiwi. Small, fuzzy, and sometimes ignored in the produce aisle, but it's a nutritional giant. Kiwis are one of the richest natural sources of vitamin C you can eat, more per gram than an orange. Why is that important? Vitamin C does more than protect your immune system. It's critical for collagen production in your blood vessels, keeping them strong and elastic. It also helps your body make more nitric oxide and keeps it active longer by fighting off free radicals that would otherwise break it down. Think of it like maintaining a garden hose. Nitric oxide opens the hose so water can flow freely, but vitamin C keeps the hose material strong so it doesn't crack or leak. A study published in Advances in Nutrition showed that eating 2 kiwis a day lowered blood pressure, improved artery function, and increased blood antioxidant levels in older adults, more effectively than eating an apple a day. Now let me tell you about Ron, 70. Ron loved walking with his wife every morning, but over the last couple of years, she'd started to walk ahead of him. He'd lag behind, his legs feeling heavy, and his pace slower than it used to be. We added 2 kiwis to his breakfast, sometimes sliced on oatmeal, sometimes blended into a smoothie with spinach or beets. A month later, Ron came into my office laughing. "Doc," he said, "now she's telling me to slow down." I'm leading the walk again, and I feel like my old self. And here's the best part. Kiwis aren't just good for circulation. They also help with digestion thanks to a unique enzyme called actinidin, which breaks down proteins and can ease bloating after meals. So you're getting multiple benefits in one small fruit. How to use it? Eat 1 to 2 kiwis in the morning. Peel them, or cut in half and scoop with a spoon. Slice over oatmeal or yogurt. Blend with beets or spinach for a powerful nitric oxide boost. Combine with walnuts for a heart-healthy breakfast that supports circulation from multiple angles. Putting it all together. The power of combination. Gentlemen, here's something I've learned after years of working with men over 60. When it comes to your health, small changes don't just add up, they multiply. Every one of these 5 breakfast foods, beets, oatmeal with cinnamon, walnuts, green tea, and kiwi, brings its own set of circulation-boosting powers. But when you start combining them, the effects go beyond what you get from each food alone. Think about it like a team. Beets flood your system with nitrates, which become nitric oxide, opening up your blood vessels. Kiwi's vitamin C protects that nitric oxide, keeping it active longer. Oatmeal clears the path, sweeping away the cholesterol that slows down blood flow. Walnuts help your artery lining, the endothelium, release even more nitric oxide on demand. And green tea acts like a maintenance crew, keeping your blood vessels flexible and responsive all day long. When you eat these foods together, it's not 1 + 1 + 1. It's 1 multiplied by another, multiplied by another. It's the difference between feeling a little better and feeling like you've rolled the clock back years. I've had patients tell me they started with just one of these foods and noticed some improvement. But once they began pairing them, beet smoothie with walnuts on the side, oatmeal topped with kiwi, green tea to wash it all down, that's when the real transformation happened. And the best part? This isn't about perfection. You don't have to eat all 5 every single day. Just start working them into your mornings consistently, and over time, your body will thank you, in the form of lighter steps, warmer hands, more energy, and yes, better performance in the areas that matter most to you. Gentlemen, I want you to pause and think about something. 6 months from now, you're going to wake up on a morning just like this one. The question is, will you feel proud that you made the change today? Or will you be wishing you had? Age isn't your enemy. Neglect is. Your body still has what it takes to give you strong circulation, lasting stamina, and the kind of confidence you thought was gone for good. But it can't do it on an empty tank. It needs the right fuel. And that fuel starts on your breakfast plate. So here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, choose choose at least one of these 5 foods. Eat it, and notice how you feel. Then keep going. Day by day, you're giving your body what it needs to show up for you, not just today, but for years to come. And seniors, this is a conversation I want to keep going. So let's do this. In the comments below, tell me, which of these 5 foods are you going to start with? Or, if you've tried one before, what changes did you notice? I read every single comment, and your story might be exactly what another man needs to hear to take that first step. If you found this helpful, do me a favor. Hit that like button so more men can find this information. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss the simple, proven tips I share to help you protect your health and your confidence as you age. Remember, you're not alone in this. There's a whole community of men right here, ready to support each other. This is Dr. Martin, wishing you stronger mornings, steadier steps, and better days ahead. Now go make tomorrow's breakfast the start of something great.